Hello and welcome. I'm Dr. Jane Mountrose, and I'm your host here for the Circle in Love and Light. So welcome. We have a very special, I think, presentation today. We're going to be talking about the mystical power of envisioning miracles. And I'm here, as you can see, with my lovely co-host, Gretchen Comer, Gretchen Comer, who is a fellow coach and healer. And so we're going to be talking about miraculous possibilities. And I invite you to join us in this discussion of the value of envisioning miracles. We'll talk about visualization a little bit too, how valuable that is. And we'll do a wonderful meditation to envision some miracles together with the support of, we're going to, I think, enlist Archangels Metatron and Raziel. So I'm very excited about that. And as always, I want to thank you for joining us before we get started. The Circle is here every week to light up our lives and help us to heal, grow, and stand up as beacons of light for the world. So wherever you are and whenever you're joining us, especially if you're here right now, please say hi and tell us where you're from. We love to hear from you and comment on whatever you feel guided to share. I'm getting here. So, I see John Fiore is here with lots of hearts. So thank you, John, and welcome. It's great to see you. And I also want, before we enter the topic, just to take a moment to settle into our space together. So if you can close your eyes safely where you are, just close your eyes for a moment and focus on breathing in love and light from the universe around us that supports us so lovingly. This helps us to shift our focus from our heads, where all of that chatter occurs, into our bodies and into our hearts, where we find our truth. And just that sense of being more present together. It feels good. So again, welcome. And with that, I'd like to turn to you, Gretchen, and ask you to share any insights you have on this topic and why it's relevant to you.
Absolutely. Actually, in this place that I am today, I've actually been sick for the last week. And so envisioning miracles is really important to me right now, because I don't want to be in that vibration of being ill anymore. And so to me, it's important because it helps us raise our vibrations energetically so that we are more open to possibilities, to things that maybe we haven't considered. And of course, asking the ever famous question, what else could be possible? And it also, for me, it helps pull me out of polarized thinking. Miracles are generally not either or, they're not black and white either or. So miracles are, the abundance and culmination of many things. And so it helps me expand how I think and expand what I believe out even further, and which helps me open up to more love that's available in the universe and more love in myself and for other people. And so if we can live in that higher vibration and just make some space in our life to kind of get out of our own way, we can achieve, amazing things. And one of the things that you and I were talking about before we started today was you really have to believe, you have to believe that it's possible for you and believe that it's possible for the world to create those miracles. It's just really important. And to trust that it is going to happen, that you put it out there in the universe, that it's already in the process of manifesting.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's so important. The belief is a foundation. And I was thinking, the truth is what we focus on, we empower. And if we're not intentional in what's going through our heads, we're empowering probably a lot of things that we don't want. Right. When we have the opportunity to open actually to something that might be even beyond our realm of possibilities, which is what a miracle is.
Yes.
and in other words, opening really to the divine to support us in manifesting things that are really the dreams that we have in our hearts, that touch our hearts and souls in ways that go beyond what we could possibly imagine.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And I think along the way, we may find resistance to it, or we may find obstacles in our path. And so that's just an opportunity, a fertile
Right.
opportunity to move through that and to heal old things that might be coming up. And that's good that they're coming up, because they're coming up to be healed. And the more that we let that go from our lives, the more light we're bringing in, the more love we're bringing in, and the higher a vibration we are to kind of match what we're creating in the miracle realm. So it's very important. Right.
Yeah. And it is another thing when we talk about goal setting, actually, when we talk about manifestation, and goal setting is part of it, of actually deciding what we want. And we will be asking you, if you're joining us in the meditation today, to focus on one thing you want, and focus on it from the perspective of your heart and soul, those desires that come from the depth of the truth of who you are. Because we can choose to manifest something that maybe is not coming from that place, whereas actually the universe is supporting us in manifesting from here. And that's where actually I think miracles really are possible, that we open to the divine and they see us opening also to the truth of who we are and what we came here to accomplish or to realize as in this lifetime. Many things are possible, and it's interesting when we start focusing on it. Gretchen mentioned believing, and we want to really, that's where the word empower becomes relevant too, that we want to empower our belief in things that are in alignment with our soul's truth. And I have this nice quote I wanted to read from Diana Cooper, who you may be familiar with her. She's a very spiritual woman. She has some decks of oracle cards, and she's written quite a few books. She works with archangels and many related things. And she said, tests show that our very DNA reacts to positive energies we send to ourselves. It stretches out, relaxes, connects the codons, which I think are the units of genetic code, and allows us to be in touch with our sacred gifts and talents. The entire chemistry of our body changes, and even deeply entrenched karmic and genetic patterns transform as we become a master of miracles and magic. She goes on, she has another great point. However challenging a situation may be, when people working in unison envision the highest possible outcome, an alchemical reaction takes place, allowing good to happen. So I'm interpreting that to be coming together in a space like the circle. Whether you're here with us live or anytime, we are coming as a collective. So it says, allowing good to happen. Then everyone pulls together so that miraculously they experience oneness.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I think that touches on just how magical it is that we are creators. We
Right.
are, that it is possible, that miracles are possible, and that we can create whatever we want. That's amazing. That just shows what magical beings we truly are when we're aligned with what we want in our dreams. Yeah, absolutely. That's a beautiful quote.
Yeah, I thought it was too. And very profound, I think, to recognize that science is finding that we actually can alter the structure of our DNA through the way that we perceive things and the way that we conduct our lives, the way when we connect with higher vibrations, we are actually lifting ourselves in more than just this moment, but really lifting our realm of possibilities. So it builds on itself.
Right.
And wherever
Yes.
you are, whether you can maybe believe in a little miracle or, a big miracle, it's worth pursuing for sure. And I'm
Absolutely.
curious also if you're going to be feeling better. I assume, are you going to focus on a
I
miraculous?
am. I am.
Good. And I
Yeah,
know
I'm
Gretchen's husband also is experiencing the same thing. So maybe it'll kind of rub off a little bit on him too.
absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
So, and we're going to have a short circle today. So we're actually going to go into the meditation in a few minutes. But I just wanted to, again, focus on the elements, belief, reaching into your heart and understanding what your heart feels about things. That in itself actually raises belief, because your heart is going to vibrate when you connect it with the love in your heart. It's going to vibrate in a higher way. So
Mhm.
that's going to help you to lift your expectations and connect more, I think, clearly with what it is and why. So when you want something like, well, gee, I'd like to, well, today I'd like to manifest a beautiful brunch with my husband. Well, why is that? And there is a reason for doing something like that, because it nurtures our relationship. It helps us to celebrate our successes. We do it. That's one of the reasons we do it, we do it fairly regularly, to go out and discuss our successes and the things that are meaningful to us. And you can just ask why with almost anything, not from a judgmental place, but from actually an encouraging place, to encourage yourself to rise up to what might be possible, even beyond your former expectations.
Right. And I think it's a good thing here to say, I was mentioning to you earlier that, a lot of times we have this kind of mental chatter that says, oh, that would never happen, or that
Right.
can't happen, or, miraculous healing, whatever, But then the question to ask is, why not? What if it was possible, Um, what if it could happen? And from that point, it's like, oh, okay, that's a whole different energy when you ask that question.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we have belief and the vibration, and I think what you're also suggesting too is expectation,
Mm-hmm.
opening to whatever might be most in keeping with our soul's path, because that's where we're being guided. If we open to it and allow it to come in the way that actually is best for us, which we may not know. I when I want to manifest things, I also add usually the statement that I'm open to this, or there may be something even better, whatever it is that the divine feels is right for me, to allow that to manifest into my reality. Um, because we always want it to be in keeping with our highest good.
Mm-hmm. Right. Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. I totally agree. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's a wonderful thing just to have not only the belief, but also to trust that it's going to happen, and to tune into the magic that it is happening.
Mm-hmm.
We are
Right.
at it act. As soon as we're saying it or thinking it, it's already set in motion,
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a matter of following through and just asking what else is possible, or like you said, what else is even better that I haven't considered, for
Mm-hmm.
me. Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And we're going to have a way within the meditation to actually build expectation, to increase expectation. So you'll see that what that is. It's fun. um, Another thing I wanted to mention before we start with the meditation is we use imagery a lot in our work. And the reason we do that is because images are like holograms, they're like representations of reality. So if you actually, I was focusing on something that was happening in my life that was challenging me, and I saw myself in jail, and that's an image that represented the reality of that situation, metaphorically, not necessarily in reality. but metaphorically it represented it. So that's not where I want to be. And then from there, I went through a process to clear it and shift it, which we can do. We do something we call the reality shift, which I think is a very powerful process for shifting energies. And I see Sharon Williamson just joined us. Welcome. So any other thoughts, Gretchen, before we do the meditation?
No, I think this is wonderful, Jane, and I think this is a great opportunity for anybody tuning in today to really, really go for it and with us and manifest their miracles. I think this is a beautiful way to spend your Sunday.
Right.
Absolutely. Create some miracles. All right.
And we can start every day,
Absolutely. You don't have to wait for us.
Right. Right. So as I mentioned, we want to focus on one miracle, a specific miracle and we know why in our heart, why it is that we want it. So if you haven't reached that point yet, as we start the meditation, you can breathe into it and allow something to emerge from your heart, maybe even if you're not sure what it might be, because your heart knows, which is interesting too. Okay, so I'm going to settle into my seat a little here. And I generally recommend sitting in a way that your spine is straight because the energy flows most freely that way. And at the same time, just allowing your body to relax, closing your eyes if you're in a place that's safe to do that, or if you feel safe to do that. And just opening to the love and the light in the universe, surrounding ourselves with it, and breathing in more love and light with every breath. And as we exhale, just releasing anything that's of a lower vibration than what we're breathing in, anything you're ready to release now. So you can feel lighter with every breath. And as we do this, I also want to invite in our archangels. We'll start with Archangel Metatron, who's a very high vibration archangel. He is here to help us to manifest miracles and to be on our soul's path. And just opening to Metatron's energy. And see it maybe as a beautiful golden white light with sparkles in it. It's like a diamond. He's like a diamond to me. He offers us diamonds a lot of times, which is really the diamonds who we are. So you can open to his light however you experience it. And his energy, you might see an image of him. And Archangel Raziel, we're going to open. He's also the magician of the archangels. So we're going to bring some magic and miracles together. And he's very much into miracles too. He's like also the spiritual guru of the archangels. So both of them together are guiding us. Archangel Raziel is often experienced as a rainbow of light. And he's also known as one of the most joyful of the archangels. So you might feel that joy as we open to his energy. And putting them both together, they often work together. Very good combination of energies. And there are others around us too who are supporting us. All of our own guides and masters, other archangels and angels. So as we open to that, we can breathe in lighter energy, and we're going to now start drifting up to a mystical mountaintop. We often go to a mountaintop. This time it's a mystical mountaintop in the higher dimensions where we can envision the highest possible outcome for this miracle that we're manifesting. So rising up together, through, you might even go through a mist going through the mystical mountaintop. It is a higher dimensional place. And as you rise up, just that act of rising up into this higher dimensional place will probably lift your spirits. So we can imagine coming together on this mystical mountaintop with the whole of the universe surrounding us. Beautiful stars and light. Just feeling that vibration and knowing that we're in a magical place. And in this place, we can allow ourselves to open to that sense of spiritual mystery, of awe and fascination with the possibility of what might happen if we ask for a miracle. And it's interesting that what might be possible is such a powerful question, because it takes us often out of what we normally believe to be possible. So it's like, what else might be possible? And we're in a mystical place where miraculous energy is around us, supporting us. So this would be a good time to open to that miracle that you're wanting to manifest, and feeling that desire in your body. And what does that look like, that miracle? What does your reality look like when that miracle is a reality for you? So I'm asking to open to that image of your reality with that miracle in it. And actually envisioning it, I'm finding myself smiling. It feels so good. Just breathing in that energy so you can feel that. Just feel that belief and expectation building. And then sending that expectation, that visualization, that desire, just asking Archangel Metatron and Raziel and all of your higher guides to help us and to help you in manifesting this miracle. One thing we tell ourselves that we use as an affirmation, I mentioned you can focus every morning, any morning on this. Something that we often tell ourselves is, I know that anything is possible and miracles are happening now. So as you send your request for this miracle out to the universe, just affirm anything is possible and this miracle is happening right now. And allow yourself to feel the joy and a vibrant aliveness that comes with the manifestation of this miracle. Feel it in your body. I feel it. And another thing I feel, which I think is so appropriate, is gratitude. I'm so grateful for this opportunity. I'm grateful that the universe is supporting me in manifesting this miracle. And I'm grateful for all of the blessings that it's going to provide for me, however it might occur, remembering that it may not be as I expect or as I envision. It may be better. Going to be a miraculous gift. And so the other thing, as I suggested earlier, there's something special that I'm going to suggest, which is to ask Archangels Metatron and Raziel, it may be one or the other or both, to provide you with a token, which is a tangible representation of some kind that you can use to anchor this miracle into your reality. So it might be like the first thing that comes to mind for me is a key, like I see them handing me a key. It might be, I don't know what it would be for you. It might be something you hold in your hand. It might be something else entirely. It might be a robe of light that you surround yourself with. That could be anything. It would be unique to you. Somehow I sense for all of us, I see a beautiful light that they're sending into our third eye to you could say, to solidify that vision in our minds that this is possible, that when we come to this place where miracles are made, you could say, this mystical mountaintop, that we can request and receive miraculous blessings from the divine. So if you haven't already, just allow yourself to receive that token. And again, open to the joy of receiving. And the final thing I'd like to do before we leave this place also is to thank Archangel Metatron, to thank Archangel Raziel, and all of the beings of light who may be seen or unseen, who are supporting us. I sense that there are so many more than we might imagine, of angels and guides and beautiful beings who are here for us. And now also remember, you can come back here. So if you can just take a look around, or if you're more of a feeling person, just feel what it feels like to be here. Knowing that you can return to this mystical mountaintop to manifest miracles anytime. And somehow I sense the angels are kind of singing along with this. They agree. This is a beautiful place to be. Sometimes I mention that I get into these places and I feel like I don't want to come back, but we can come back and bring this energy back with us. We think that it's this or that when actually it can be both. We can come back and we can hold on to it. And we have a token with us that we can use to anchor it into our reality. So with that, I again want to thank all of the beings of light, and we can just very gently and beautifully drift back down where we started, wherever you're sitting or resting, and feel yourself grounded into the earth. Opening to more active energies, the wake up and open your eyes energies, breathing in that light. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. And Buddy joined us in the middle of all of this. Oh, baby. How was that for you, Gretchen?
That was lovely. My token was a sheet of glowing heart stickers, and it was like, put these stickers anywhere in your life that you want to add a little more love. And it was really clear. It was just like handing me this big stack of stickers that are all kind of ethereal and glowing, almost three-dimensional. And I was visualizing my body and where I'm feeling sick, and it was like I was putting all these little stickers, you know, just places maybe we don't think about, like my left shoulder, or my right foot, or just little areas of my life and of my physical body that just send some more love there. So that was beautiful. It was really, really beautiful for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I might do that myself.
Little ethereal stickers. Yeah.
Yes. Well, I have physical ones. And this is another thing I wanted to mention is another step you can take. And I think Sharon Williamson maybe is the one who first suggested it. She's very good at grounding things. To have something tangible, actual physical thing that would represent it. And I love that, the heart stickers. I've got some in my drawer back there. I might
I'll have to
them
get
out.
some. Yeah. Have to get some.
Yeah, you can get they're well worth having, I think.
Absolutely.
You can stick them on your clothing. You can put them anywhere on your water glass. It's really great. Water with heart energy is very good. On your mirror. Actually, if you have it with an intention, then every time you see it and you put them all over the place, then you'll be reminded of how your miracle is manifesting.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Have to find some.
They're not hard to find. I know I usually get them on Amazon. You can find there are all kinds of them. You get pages and pages of them.
Right.
you can get glowing ones or all kinds of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can be creative. Different colors.
Right.
Yeah. So how are you feeling?
I'm feeling lighter. The being ill like this has been very kind of heavy energy, and right now I feel lighter. I feel lighter for sure.
Oh,
yeah.
Good. Wonderful. Yeah. Yeah. And how are you feeling, buddy? Feeling good. It's funny because he's around a lot, but he doesn't want to sit in my lap except when I'm doing something like this.
Right.
It's the only time, which is fortunate because I can't have him sitting in my lap all the time. But somehow they know. And
Absolutely.
I don't know who I was. Oh, Philip and I were interviewed the other day by a woman, and she has a cat. She says her cat's not, is all over the place somewhere sleeping. And then as soon as she goes on to Zoom, the cat's in her lap. I don't know what they think is happening, but they do think they're participating in something.
Right. He likes the energy, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah, he does, definitely. Huh. And I think some of them are little healers. They want to be around to contribute to the energy.
Right.
So, yeah, that's beautiful. Okay, buddy, you can go down. Good boy. Okay, so again, from here, the focus is just on holding that vibration, holding the vibration of having those things that we want to manifest. Like, what will you feel like when they're here? If you feel it now, then you're going to be moving very rapidly in that direction.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Any other insights, thoughts about any of that?
No, I think the token is a good thing because it does help us ground it daily. I mean, this is an experience we have today, but it will eventually fade a little bit, as time goes on. And I think it's wonderful to have that token to kind of conjure up that energy again to help us embrace and elevate our energy again. And I think that's a wonderful reminder. We get very bogged down as humans in our daily world. So it's always good to have kind of a physical reminder. So I enjoy that a lot. I love that part of the meditation. So yeah.
And the other thing that I mentioned in the meditation, which I do often actually, is in the morning, I'll use that affirmation. I know that anything is possible and miracles are happening now. And I'll tap through the EFT points. If you don't know what they are, I'll share a link to our website where you can learn about the points. It's very easy. You can just tap through the points, and what it does is it just moves energy through your meridian system and supports actually lifting your vibration. But I find just in the morning, anytime actually, if I just say, I know that anything is possible and miracles are happening now, if I could say, as I said it, a smile was coming over my face. If I say it a few times, I can't help but smile. So it must mean something. Something. And it's a great way to start the morning. You can say it, just say it. You can imagine yourself on that mystical mountaintop again with your arms outstretched to the universe saying that. Or you can also, with your creativity, ask, how would you say it if you were to say it? Because it might be part of what's meaningful to us is the way we express ourselves in words. So sometimes I say, I know that anything is possible and miraculous blessings are flowing into my life now. You know, what would you say if you were to say it in your own words? What you would want to express if you were back on that mystical mountaintop? What would you say? Yeah. It's a very simple, I think, focusing on miracles is a very simple way to keep our vibration up. And of course, this is the circle of love and light. So in addition to manifesting things in our own lives, when we lift our spirits, our vibrations, we actually are supporting the upliftment of the whole planet. And so I'll get out my little planet for a moment. And we can just envision surrounding the world with love, because that's where the solution is going to come, however it's being done. And we all have our own ways of participating in helping to raise the vibration of the planet. Simply being the love that we want to see is an effective way. It's not like we have to somehow have a special way of getting it out into the world. Just saying, I envision surrounding the world with love. That's good enough. Or just being the love you want to see and imagining the love radiating out from you all the way around the world, or through your community, through your neighborhood, through your home, however you want to do it. It's very powerful. And that,
I'm actually, I'm visualizing stickers. I'm putting little heart stickers on everything in my mind.
Right. Yeah. Anyhow, for EFT, we have, I don't think I have the tiny URL. Let me see. I have a little list of tiny URLs. Yes, sweetie. I love you too. Oh, EFT tapping points. tinyurl.com. It's just the way it sounds. tinyurl.com/EFT-points. You'll be able to see the points, and you just tap on them as you're saying the miracle reframe. You don't have to do anything special about how you think, but it's just moving the energy and focusing what you're thinking really on the miracle, the phrase, the miracle reframe. So there's that as an opportunity. And Gretchen, would you like to let people know how they can find out more about what you're doing and what's up in your world?
Sure. Yes. Thank you. Yes, people can find me at spiraljourney.net. I am also on Facebook at Spiral Journey Holistic Life Services. I'm also on Instagram as Spiral Journey Gretchen. That's what I was able to get. And so people can connect with me that way. I have a whole page on my website of lots of free things that you can download and look at and read and explore. And of course, I'm open to connecting with anybody and would love to talk with people. Thank you.
No, thank you. And I think all of us are open. If you want to be our friends on Facebook, that'd be great. We send, get announcements of the circle every week, probably that way. And more. You can just connect with our world and we can connect more with yours. Sharon Williams said she loves the stickers idea. And I do too. I'm going to get out my stickers. From Awakenings Institute, we have a free resource kit for light workers, spiritual healers, way showers, and the like. It has a number of different things in it, and you can find a link to that. Our website is gettingthrough.org/holistic, or it has different parts. It's gettingthru.org, but the tiny URLs are easier. So you can get the free resource kit at tinyurl.com/spiritual kit. And another thing is we just finished recently a book called The Solution, which is about love being the solution that we're offering for free and actually encouraging people to share. This is another way that we can bring more love and light out to the world to help people to understand the benefits, personal and collectively, for us to vibrate more from a place of love. That one is at tinyurl.com/444. That's the number 444-solution. So those are all opportunities. You can find out more about the circle at circleofloveandlight.org. Also, and of course, become our friends on Facebook. That'd be great. And you can support the circle more yourself by, the first thing would be liking our page, or I'm not sure on Facebook exactly what the opportunities are, but that's facebook.com/awakening circle. You can like our page or follow our page, whatever it is that can be done there. You can share, if you go there, you have a Facebook account, you can share the video with your friends, which will help that love to radiate out in that way. And you can also invite your friends to join you in the circle and share, like you could share your discussion about miracles after the circle this week, or whatever it is that's happening. The final thing we do every time too is to send all that love and light out into the week ahead. So just imagine the stickers or the sparkles or the rainbows, whatever it is, sending all that love and light out, filling your whole week and all the places you go with that love and light to nurture you and to keep your spirits up. And I want again to thank you for being with us. We really appreciate your presence. So bye-bye. Have a wonderful week.
Bye-bye.